this is about us, and it's not really about Deshae and me. She may think I haven't changed in 12 years, and unfortunately she's going to judge me tomorrow, and I'm going to have to prove her wrong. But I don't attack the judges individually. I haven't mentioned one single name. My whole complaint has been to make it more palatable for all the athletes. If we knew we were being judged by 12 totally different judges every year, of course we couldn't complain about the outcome because we would think it's more fair. As it stands, we're not, and the lack of rotation is what's got us all frustrated. And the booing from the audience, the judges go home, the athletes have to hear it no matter where we go around the world about what's wrong with the judges. If there was nothing wrong with the judging system, not the judges, the system, obviously the people wouldn't be talking about it more and more on the internet, booing, paying $600, feeling like they got ripped off, changing decisions after the contest is over, and then you want accountability. The accountability comes from signing the score sheet with your name next to the score. That kills a whole lot of debate between the athletes. What good does it do to Shea? It gives us peace of mind after training 5 months on a low-carb diet, doing cardio 2 to 4 hours a day, finding out friendships, breaking out relationships, and doing our job. At the end of the day, if I can see that the judges also did their job, there's a little bit more accountability there. Now, I haven't asked for one judge's name to be thrown out. I haven't asked for one judge's job to be taken. But certainly, it is 2001, and I'm still being judged by the same people. There are enough people out there, whether the IFBB's got to recruit new judges, we need new opinions to get new looks in bodybuilding. We are not going to continue with this trend and expect to attract more and more people. Sure, we got 22 guys qualified for the Mr. Olympia, which is one of the biggest contests. But take a survey and find out how many people are aspiring to become professional bodybuilders under the current system of rewarding these guys. I mean, the guys are just not as enthusiastic about it because they can't be 300 pounds and think that they can make a living when they're only 5'7", 210. I'm one of the fortunate few. And I do hold the flag for a lot of the smaller bodybuilders, but when I have a judge tell me to my face the night before she judges me, you haven't changed in 12 years, and she's gonna turn around and judge me, how do you think I take that? If anything comes out of this press conference or this meeting, the IFBB and the judges will take a long, hard look at what needs to be fixed. Because right now, the athletes aren't complaining so much about the prize money, even though there's going to be another probably $1 million thrown into the kitty, but it's not going to trickle to us. We're not complaining about that yet until you got 100,000 people paying $25 and it's 25 million. You haven't heard us complain about that yet, but the one thing that we will complain about, and before I'm done with this sport in terms of making a change or at least having some kind of influence for the people coming up behind me, because there's nothing to shade that the judges can do to me that they haven't already done. I'm ready for this contest. At the end of the day, the athletes want some accountability. They want to see a score sheet with the individual judge's name on it, not a total. And they like to have a fresh panel of judges. Not a 4 or 5 rotation where you throw out the 2 highs and the 2 lows. Or at least involve us. You're saying that we can't be involved in the judging procedure. Well, right now we're hitting each other's heads. We're clashing with Wayne, we're clashing with Jim. We got bodybuilders like Flex Wheeler retiring. We got Kevin Levrone frustrated as hell. They're all starting to catch up with what I have to deal with every year, and I'm still here. Eventually we'll have a voice of one, where we're all going to be winding up going up against the judges, and we don't want that. We want what's best for bodybuilding. And right now, if we can work together through this kind of dialogue and take some of this frustration and turn it into some kind of new judging procedure or new judging accountability, then we all make progress. Deshae, you won't have me bitching and moaning and complaining about the judging, which is all I ever do, but at least you guys are doing something to change it and we can see it happen. These guys are paying $600 for a ticket and flying in on another $500 in a hotel. That's $1,000 to see the Mr. Olympia contest, and they go home pissed and they're booing, and Kevin doesn't want to compete. And we got to answer all the questions. The IFBB can fix it all by starting at the top, and it starts with the judges and the judging process.
Like Sean said, a press conference is about making change. This is the first time that we ever dug this deep into a problem that we had, and we're discussing it out to the public. And I think that this is the first step towards a new change for bodybuilding. The kids coming up behind us, I mean, we have to make a stand for those guys. And I dedicate my career and my places and everything to put everything I have on the line to make a change, whoever's coming up behind me, to make a difference for everyone that's buying a ticket so that they get their money's worth. For every athlete that's trained so that he knows he has a fair chance and an opportunity to win something that he trained and died so hard for. And that's why I'm here, and I hope that Kevin Levrone goes down in the sport of the IFBB, because I've won every competition in the world more than once. Spain, Italy, Germany, France, Russia, Hungary, Holland, you name it. The IFBB, I mean, I've been to the Arnold Classic, won that twice. I've won the Night of Champions. I've competed in Olympia 10 times, never won. 4th time, 2nd place. And I'm not here this weekend to walk out on stage. I'm not going to give up, I'm going to fight. But the things that you hear is the show's already locked down. You know who's going to get it. I don't train for 2nd place. I don't think any of these other guys do. And that's why we're standing up.
We gotta do our TV interviews.
Wayne, I had something to say.
Right.
We don't live in a perfect society. Nothing's never going to be perfect. From day one, we've been battling over this and battling over that. Nobody's ever liked everything somebody else has ever liked. I don't like ice cream. Bob don't like ice cream. Susie does. I don't like apples, and John don't like oranges. I don't like oranges either. It's always going to be a problem. In 1992, I didn't place at all in the Olympia. Didn't get a dime, didn't get a dollar. I didn't complain. 1994, I didn't complain when I got 15th. 1995, I didn't complain when I got 11th. 1996, I didn't complain when I got 6th. 1997, I didn't complain when I got 9th. The moral to the story is, why complain? Everybody wants to win, everybody wants to be the best. There can always only be one. Mr. Olympia always wins Mr. Olympia because he's the best. If y'all want to do something different, if y'all don't like the sport you compete in, you got a problem with it, don't compete. I didn't complain, I didn't cry, I didn't get mad.
Talk to the fans about the tickets and they're
I
always
just kept doing what I kept doing, and I got better at what I kept doing, and I beat y'all. That's why I beat y'all. And as far as booing goes, I haven't been to a show yet where there was an announcement and somebody didn't boo. They didn't like the apples. They didn't like the oranges. They like what they like. That's why they booed. So complaining, just keep on complaining. Maybe you'll find out, like the little kid, that complaining ain't gonna really get you nowhere. But where you are now, in 2nd place.
And I won't get booed Saturday like you will.
All I gotta say is, I'm 3-time Mr. Olympia. How many times have you won?
I'll tell you this, how about how many times have I whipped you in competitions? More than you beat me, brother.
You count
And
them
you know
up.
what?
You count them up and you tell me
More
about
than you beat me, baby.
Kevin.
it. You count them up, you tell me about it.
Hey,
Maybe
Kevin.
about
Kevin.
9, 8, 9 times.
When was the last time you beat me?
Hey, Kevin.
What have you done
Last
to me
year.
lately?
Hey, Kevin.
What have you done to me lately? I'm not living in the past. I'm trying to get better. My physique on stage on Saturday night will be better than it's ever been.
That's exactly
I'm not competing in
what Ronnie is
1997.
saying. What Ronnie is saying.
This is
Ronnie.
2001, baby.
Ronnie.
It's 2001.
What you're saying
Who
is
won that
exactly what's wrong about
1997
something right now. Don't
I
stick me
suggest you
down.
go back in time to
Don't back me down.
1997.
Hey, Ronnie.
Beat me.
Mr.
and
Olympia.
get
Can I get a
and bring
question
it to the
in?
stage.
I'm just a fan. I
Hey,
just
Ronnie.
paid my ticket. Could I get a question in real quick?
Ronnie. It's orange down here. I'm talking to you. Or an apple, whatever you want to call me. Apple orange. This is exactly what's wrong with bodybuilding. This ain't about you. This judging shit is not about you, bro. You are Mr. Olympia. You don't have to defend the fact that you won the contest. You're not complaining with 110,000 in your pocket.
I am.
There's going to be 11.
No, I don't complain.
There's going to be 11 guys.
You really know
Guys.
Ronnie, there's going to be 11 guys that are going to walk away with nothing. It's 2001.
Sean,
I just got done telling you.
I walked away with nothing. I didn't
Ronnie,
complain.
these guys are professional athletes that don't make the kind of money that you make. And for years, just listen, for years, you didn't make any money either. Luckily now, you're in a position that you are. We're trying to make it possible.
I went out, I did what I
makes
had
money.
to do to get where I am. I mean, this is what's given to me. I worked my butt off to get where I am.
Everybody that's
I worked
here-
extremely hard each and every single day.
Ronnie, you started your conversation off by saying everybody that's here is a competitor. So that means everybody worked their ass off, right?
Yeah,
Our point here today, Ronnie, is not to fight with you and have you fight with Kevin over first and second. It's not even about the Mr. Olympia, who's better than who. We're all up here. We all earn the right to be here. And I know you know what losing's like. I know you didn't complain.
Do you guys have time for a fan's question real quick? Just real quick.
I know you didn't complain, but we're not here to fight amongst each other, Ronnie. We're just trying to point out some things that are wrong with it, because you're going to be gone soon. I'll be gone soon. Kevin will be
It
gone
all
soon.
seems to come back to me that just because I'm Mr. Olympian, I've won 3 times in a row, that something's wrong with the judges.
You're taking it
How could there
personal.
be something wrong with y'all's bodies?
You're taking it personal. You're taking it wrong.
Mr. Demia, I think this might help everybody. First of all, kudos to all of you athletes. I think we're all inspired by the condition that you guys bring every year. So whether you're bigger or smaller, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you all look great. But I was just wondering, since the bar's been raised on national amateur level competition to super heavyweight, I was just wondering, I know 200 is kind of a low end for a cutoff for a heavyweight, or for Mr. Olympia, but what about a 225 cutoff or something like that? It starts spurring some of the younger, smaller guys into the mix. You guys all look great, you're all big, but I'd like to see, and this kind of goes along with what Sean's saying. There's only a couple guys up there that are under that 225 range, but has the IFBB considered anything along those lines, or, to spur the future of the sport?
There used to be weight classes for 2 years back in the mid-70s. Now let's say we put in weight divisions, okay, in the Mr. Olympia, which is what most people come to see.
Wayne,
Okay?
Wayne, can I answer that?
You want to answer?
Yeah. Actually, I am one of the guys that, it's my first time here. I'm glad to be here. I'm actually one of those guys that's 230. I don't want to compete with a guy that's 230. I want to go head over Ronnie. I don't want to be in no section. Mr. Olympia is about being the best. Being in a section, you can't be the best. You can be the best for that class. That's it. I'm not here for that. Next thing you know, it's going to be height classes, 5'3" and under. That's not what it's about.